Hi, I watched It's Okay That's Love, and here's my review. So this is the story of Hesu, a young psychiatrist who gets to meet and live under the same roof as Chang Jae-yeol, a popular mystery novel author who has a more complicated past than what meets the eye. Alright, so this is a drama that I've seen twice before, plus one time for this review right here. So yeah, this is a drama I absolutely adore. I adored back then and still adore right now. The psychological theme is something I like. I like it even more when it's mixed with horror, but this kind, I still like it a lot as well. Honestly, the cast is very lovely, very nice. Back then, I already liked it a lot and I still like it a lot today. It's actors that I enjoy seeing again. I have a thing with her though, where I love her so much. I really like this actress, but I don't necessarily like her works, what she plays in. This one though is a big hit for me with her. The OST is still bomb to this day. It's perfect. It's very nice. It's just such a nice OST. I don't know if it's because it was back then and I was still pretty new to dramas when I watched this and so enjoyed the OST so much. But I feel like nowadays they don't do OSTs like they used to do them. But maybe it's just my nostalgia talking, and maybe because it was just so new before. But anyway, today I still love this OST so much. It's perfect. Maybe the only thing I could say about this drama is how the color palette kind of aged a bit. I remember back then when I watched it, I was like, wow, this is such nice quality, this is beautiful. Now, though, it's still nice, but you can see that it aged a bit. The colors and maybe the filter they used, I don't know, but it does look a bit aged. Also, I need not forget to say before going into a spoiler part that of course we have two working adults, so it's more mature, and of course because of the theme it has to be more mature. But despite that, and despite how heavy the theme and everything in the drama can be sometimes with mental illness, it still remains to stay kind of chill and pretty funny as well. So really very big up. Okay, so actually in this spoil part I don't have much to mention at all, but a few things. First, I really like that we have flawed characters, but that still remain endearing. Because in Dramaland it's true that we very often just see kind of perfect characters, and if they have flaws, sometimes they don't feel like real flaws. It's weird to explain, but if you've been watching dramas, I think you're going to know what I mean. But in this case, they are very much flaws because of some past traumas and stuff like that, and they feel very real. So this is something I really enjoy. Yeah, really liked it. And yeah, for example, Chang Jae-yeol, for example, I know it's from his trauma and that it's his coping mechanism, if I can say. But at the beginning of the drama, oh my god, you just want to smack him. He's really not likable at all, very much arrogant and everything. But yet, the more you know him, the more you get to discover things about him until you discover this huge problem with him going on because of his past. And I remember, of course, it doesn't do it the next times because but I remember the first time I watched this drama, how utterly shocked I was to discover that Theo was not a real person, that it was just an hallucination from him. But at the same time, it all makes sense when we discover everything that's not going on. For example, that he never has shoes on, or that he's been in the same class for 3 years, that it doesn't change. He never changes. And it's so cleverly done. Yeah, and I feel like it's always such, because now since I've seen it 3 times, I can say that every time people start to really discover that something is off with Chang Jae-yeol, I'm kind of always so thrilled, that they're going to discover. I don't know, maybe am I weird for being like that? I'm sure I'm not, I can't be the only one. But yeah, it's so nice. Also, the fact that they talk about a lot of different mental illnesses. I don't know how true each one is, but every time they kind of introduce a new disease, if I can say, they have the word with what it means coming on screen with the definition. So one would think they depict real mental illnesses in this drama. But yeah, disclaimer, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I really like how real it all feels. It's not, I don't want to say that some mental illnesses are over the top or something, but when you watch the drama, it's nothing over the top. Like I said, it feels very real compared to how the characters are and what they've been through in the past. Lastly, I want to say that it's also very nice to discover the past of Chang Jae-yeol and his brother, especially from the brother's side, I want to say. Of course, I've seen it 3 times, but this time it had been a while since I had last seen it, so I had kind of forgotten the details. But I do remember still from the first time that it was so interesting. And although I did remember things before watching it this 3rd time, the details missing were enough to really have me invested again 100% in the story. So it's very nicely done, and I feel like it's also different from what we can usually see, especially for such a drama. In the end, okay, Chang Jae-yeol isn't the one who killed the father. It's ultimately the mom who did it. But it's really almost as if it was him, right? So it pushes some kind of boundary, I think. I don't know how I can say that we usually don't really see in Dramaland, at least for this genre of drama. And yeah, just following this whole story with the brother convinced and just going on about the fact that it was not him, that he did nothing. And when you realize that he really did nothing, I think, if I remember correctly, we realized it for the first time with the other psychiatrist living with them. And yeah, it's such a good drama. I love it so much. Like I just said in the spoil part, I love this drama so much, and I absolutely recommend it if you haven't watched it. I don't think I am biased with nostalgia. Sure, I saw it the first 2 times a while ago, pretty much around when it came out, but watching it again and having forgotten some of the details, I was still so much into it. At first, I just wanted to kind of watch it quickly. In the end, I watched most of the drama again because I was so into it. So really, I absolutely recommend it. Please, I'm going to ask you, if you haven't watched it, please watch it. I want to say I'm sure you're not going to be disappointed, but tastes. You can never know. But yeah, it's so good. It's mature, but it's funny at the same time. It's heavy, it's touching, it's emotional. It features very flawed characters, but still endearing nonetheless. OSTs. So good. Please watch it if you haven't, really. If you've watched it, don't hesitate to tell me your own thoughts about it. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!